going on, guys? I am here today with Michael from Richmond Retro Gamers, and we're taking a look at Pinball Hall of Fame, but more specifically, we're looking at one table in particular. And I'm going to let Michael bring you guys up to speed on that.
I guess the table is a pretty classic table. It's one that a lot of people wish to have in their collection as a real table.
Right.
And to have it as a playable virtual table is actually pretty nice, considering, I mean, getting a real table of Pinball is pretty expensive, especially today.
And it takes up a lot of room.
And, I mean, the parts for, like, a real machine are kind of cheap, only because there was a lot of them.
Yeah.
But the actual table itself together and in nice shape is hard to find.
Right.
So it's kind of nice to see, like, that a lot of these tables are being preserved in, like, in more of a virtual sense.
Sure. And you're definitely, I mean, I love pinball myself, but I think you're more of a pinball fanatic even than me. I think that's always been kind of a sort of a niche interest of yours, is pinball.
Right, and it wasn't always, and that's the thing. Like, pinball really wasn't even ever on the radar until maybe about a year or two ago, when I actually started to notice that it's one genre of games I really never really played too much of, and I never even gave it a chance.
Yeah.
And so I started buying a few games here and a few games there. This was one of the collections that I bought, and to be honest, I really liked it, and it really set me off on learning more about all types of tables, like the real thing, and I actually even went to a few pinball conferences to experience some of the tables for real, and even when I went to Vegas, I went to the Pinball Hall of Fame.
Oh, nice.
And I got to play a lot of these tables for real, and the translation from the virtual game to the actual table is really done well.
I like these old menus where you kind of like simulate actually walking through the arcade, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, the first time that I saw this whole thing, it just made me feel like I went back in the past. I really enjoyed just it felt like an arcade.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, sorry, bastard.
That's cool.
There it is.
Here we are at Pinbot.
At the old...
This is the one we're going to be focusing on for the sake of this video. So, I guess let's go ahead and play some Pinbot.
All right.
We are playing this on the Wii. The Williams collection for the Nintendo Wii. And we're playing with the Wiimote and Nunchuck. I guess you use the Z button for the left flipper and maybe B button for right, I'm just guessing?
The A and the Z.
A and Z, okay.
A and Z is there are two flippers, and then I think you
use the analog stick to shoot the ball up. And you tilt by shaking the Wiimote?
Yeah. Like you're hitting the side.
Yeah.
Which I think is one of the coolest things about the Wii version compared to the Xbox or the PlayStation version. You actually get to like you're hitting the side of the table.
Yeah. I've always felt that Wii motion controls, when they're done subtly and they're done right, that it does bring something.
Oh yeah.
To the table, so to speak.
All right. So
speaking of tables, let's play this one.
All right.
Number of players. We're gonna do one player. Michael's gonna lead us off.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah. So let me. Okay, yeah, it's the Z and B button.
Z and B. That's what I assumed it would be. That's I hate it when that happens. But you probably got a free ball. That probably didn't.
No.
Nope.
See, that was a mechanic that came into later games. Like early games like this did not have that mechanic.
Okay.
So they were
That's a good mechanic. I like that mechanic.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
But they did not have that mechanic.
No mercy.
In early games.
Do you know what year? I don't even know if it showed it.
Pinbot is, I believe it's an early 80s game, but I could be wrong. It might be a late 70s game.
Okay.
But it's considered one of the classics of pinball because it was early and did things that other tables didn't.
Right. It does seem to have a fair amount going on.
Yeah, it
not
does.
knowing much about it seemed like pinball slowly evolved to encompass like I don't know if missions is the right word, but objectives. You know, like you gotta light this thing up, and then you gotta light that up, and then, you know, it became much more complex than just hitting bumpers, and you know.
I'm doing terrible.
Yeah, this is definitely a rough one.
I'm doing terrible.
That's okay. We can always do another. But is this one of the ones that you told me you have on your iPad?
Yes. The iPad in general, or the Kindle, whatever you want to use. They're so much better even than the Wii because I don't know, they just feel This feels almost a little sluggish compared to the iPad version. Try this again.
Yeah, let's give us another shot.
It just looks so pretty though too. I
It
mean,
does.
It is a pretty looking thing, and they do a really good job of making this look like it has depth.
Yes.
Just like the real table.
Yeah.
And so, it doesn't look flat.
No.
Alright.
Does this compilation, do you know, does it offer like alternate camera angles?
It does, I
It
think.
looks like there is a dynamic camera here in place.
I do know that the ones for the iPad and the Kindle, you can change your look.
Okay.
You know.
We'll have to investigate the option. Man, you're getting some bad luck.
Yeah, I am. But I will tell you that Pinbot is a hard game. I mean, it is a relatively difficult table comparatively to a lot of more modern ones.
Right. It's not one of those 4 flipper tables.
Right. Oh, the 4 flipper tables I think are the hardest, man.
Really?
I have a really hard time with those.
Oh, yeah.
Only because I think it gives me too many options.
Right.
Whew.
It's interesting watching you try to strategically time the shake of the table. I guess that really is a part of the game. It's discouraged with the whole tilt factor, but I guess they don't want you to shake it too much. Like, shaking it a little bit is part of the game.
Right, and it's pretty much needed if you want to play competitively and you want to play well.
Yeah.
You need to know how to do it right.
Yeah, brutal. The pinball game in my life that I've played the most is 3D Pinball Space Cadet for Windows XP.
Wow.
Do you remember that?
I do.
That's the pinball game that I've played the most in my life, by far.
I think I played a lot of that too growing up.
Yeah.
They should still offer that, like, with Windows.
They should.
Like, why not?
Yeah, that's a great game. Are you listening, Microsoft?
You should be doing that. Bring it back.
That's what you need to be working on. Not these Windows 8 upgrades
Dang,
that nobody wants.
You know, I could tell you there's a lot of tables I've sucked at. I was terrible. But as you play them more and more, you figure out how they work.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most interesting thing about a pinball table, because, like, it's a machine.
Yeah.
And you got to figure out how it works.
Exactly.
Like, it's gears, and it's like, you know, it's
Much more
really,
mechanical.
It's much more mechanical.
Yeah.
And you really do feel like the table's beating you when you're losing.
Right.
Like, you feel like with a video game, you don't really feel that way.
You don't get that same. You're not feeling like the cartridge is
right. Like is plotting against you.
Yeah.
Right.
But I could see that with the pinball machine. I'm gonna force you to do well. This is your last ball. This is your last game. So make this one count. Have this one just go on forever. Make this a highlight clip.
Boy.
You're good. Don't get discouraged.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy. I'm gonna ball lock. Oh,
Whoa!
what?
Goal complete.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Ah!
See if you had shake it just right.
Yeah, but see, and
That's
the
tough.
thing, the problem with this is it doesn't matter if you shake it to the left or the right, I think.
Oh, it's just a shake.
It's just a shake.
Gotcha.
Whereas if I had a real table, I could hit to. Actually, maybe so. It actually does the other one. I didn't know that.
Oh.
So if this is the left, that's the right.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay, so we just found out.
Wow.
To clarify, shaking the nunchuck on the
Also-
Wii is a left shake, and shaking the Wiimote is just a right shake.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've always thought that there was only one shake, and wow, that makes
that
a lot of difference.
Yeah, now that you know that, let's see what kind of damage you can do.
That does make a huge difference, but I'm so not used to it now.
Yeah.
Whew.
Is this one of those tables where you can get multiple balls flying around?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, there it goes.
I didn't know how late generation of a trick that was.
Oh, that was baloney.
Well, you got one more.
This is the last ball. I got
This could go forever. You never know.
It
Sometimes it happens like that.
It will.
Sometimes you set your high score on the third ball.
Oh, that was tough. Oh boy.
Oh!
Not today. Not today, sir.
Yeah, no,
No moss.
no world record today. But oh, no match either.
Hey, I wasn't really trying.
Michael. Come on now. Here we are with the NES version of Pinbot. We just showed you guys, of course, the Midway Williams iteration of the Pinbot table, but now we're looking at it in 8-bit.
Yep. Good old 8-bit.
And this has apparently a 4-player option.
Yeah, and I think the way it works is like turns.
Right. Let's play some Pinbot.
Right.
Probably gonna want to hit start. Yeah.
Ball 1.
All right. Good luck.
Let's see what this is.
Oh my.
Well. Oh.
You know, I mean, for 8-bit, it captures the likeness of the table.
I think it absolutely captures it.
You know, let's play some. Let's fire that ball.
Oh, well, there we go. It's the
Whoa!
one button.
Look at that. That looks weird.
It's like
It like splits so you can keep an eye on
the bottom paddles.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is weird.
Not bad.
But I don't think you could do it any other way though.
Yeah.
For NES days.
Yeah.
I will tell you one thing.
Yeah.
It's just as smooth as the collection.
Really?
Yeah. It's actually really, really smooth.
I guess that's the most important thing.
What's that little tail with the end of the thing?
I was wondering if they were trying to make like
the speed, right?
Right.
Like I guess dust, but like
I was wondering if they were trying to make like, since it's a space theme, like a comet effect.
it's possible.
You know, I think that might be what they were going for there. Ooh,
That was weak, man.
fumble. Accuracy to the original gameplay of the table is really the most important aspect.
Oh, absolutely.
Of this game. And so if that's done well, and you know, it seems like it is, then this is pretty cool. But anyway, this has been 2 different versions of Pinbot. Pretty cool pinball machine. Too bad we don't have the actual pinball machine. Then we could include that.
Then we could include that as well, right?
But this has been fun. Thanks for coming on, Michael, and we'll see you guys next time.